taking two very different designers and giving them brand new, identical model homes to design. They will tackle the same 3 rooms, creating 6 amazing makeovers. In a fierce head-to-head competition, their designs will be put to the test when the public votes for their favorite design.
This is going to get a tire show real quickly.
Half design show, half competition.
The winner of this Showhouse Showdown is...
Coming up on Showhouse Showdown.
Welcome to Newport.
We're in Newport Beach, California for this Showhouse Showdown. I'm standing here with our 2 designers, each with a unique vision that'll bring totally different spins to Southern California cool. Our first contender is Lindsay Espinoza. Lindsay is a sought-after designer who manages up to 25 residential and commercial projects per year.
The overall design aesthetic is tailored comfortability, which means everything is very custom. I always design to the client for their lifestyle and who they are.
Her challenger for this showdown is Charles Neal from Los Angeles. Charles is a well-known designer to young Hollywood celebrities and recording artists. He's been featured on HGTV's Design Wars and My Favorite Place.
My Baroque Modern is an eclectic blend that just feels glamorous and Hollywood Regency, but still youthful. It's over the top, it's wild. This is what's gonna take to sell this house.
These 2 very different designers will compete in 2 identical model homes valued at $630,000 each. They have $83,000 apiece, but only 1 short week to do it all. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Let's get this showdown started. Our showdown begins with Lindsay and Charles finding out exactly who their target market is for this project from Waterpoint Homes CEO, Garrett Kalachi.
Most of our product is a 3-story product, so it's younger people, newlyweds, with and without kids.
Ultimately, the judges will be the buyers, right?
And that's the most important thing.
Right.
We sell these.
Get them sold.
The first of 5 rooms for Charles and Lindsay to tackle is the 200 square foot master bedroom.
I love designing master bedrooms because it gives me a chance to really pull in fabrics and textures. I love making it sexy-licious, you know. This soffit is an inexpensive way to create the illusion of a tray ceiling. It just frames out this dimensional design in the room. Paper in the center does have glass beads on it in a pattern, so those will really sparkle and be a lot of fun. I've created this finish by setting up the first coat with a lot of texture, letting that dry, and then going back over it and burnishing it and shining it up. It looks a lot more like real fine wallpaper versus an organic stone wall like Venetian plaster.
Meanwhile, Lindsay's going another way. She's bringing tailored comfortability to the space with an eclectic mix of elements. Beginning with floor-to-ceiling reclaimed barnwood for the feature wall.
I'm gonna want to pick each piece, so I'd prefer if you can cut them all and bring them all up here, and I can place each on the wall. Hold it up somehow. This room's gonna come to life once the bed wall is installed. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so I have the light fixtures. Those wires can pull to wherever I want them, correct?
This is it right here.
The hole was drilled into the wood at the wrong spot. I could make him rip the whole thing down, so I'm hoping it doesn't come to that. Let me show you why I need to be the one to tell you where the holes need to be drilled. I prefer to be more hands-on than not, so I don't have problems like this. I can pull this down to here, but it's not gonna look right, and that tends to rub some trades the wrong way.
No worries.
I'm not worried.
Okay, you are measuring where the panels are gonna go?
Charles adds a textured padded wall in his master bedroom as both a design feature and to cover the transom windows.
This is a competition, so you have a certain amount of time to get something done, and you have to just roll right through it and make the best of what you can.
Well, it's looking good. On to the lamps and the bedding. When they walk in this room, the buyer is gonna think, whoa, Hollywood glam. It may not be for everybody, but it sure is gonna feel like you're a movie star. That is sexy.
All right, Charles, so you promised a master bedroom fit for a movie star.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely the quintessential Baroque modern. Well, did you notice the carpet? It's a plush in a darker color, and then this Berber with a diamond pattern. It brings architectural value also to the room, and it plays off the soffit.
It just frames the space perfectly.
Yeah.
I can't help but notice and mention that you did really cover up the windows.
Oh, yeah, feature point. And I feel like it's a great way to block out the light, but you can pull them out and still use them.
I want you to prove to me, though, that we can get to those windows.
Okay, absolutely.
Because it looks like you can, but I want to see how easy.
Okay, so you just pull this and it just pops right out.
And there's a window.
Yeah, and you see all that light? I just felt like that's blinding. It just pops right back in.
Bravo. I don't think that's going to be as much the issue as maybe all this glamour. You really brought your Baroque modern all together in this room.
For sure.
You sure did.
This is a competition, so like emotions are high and you're trying to figure out what's gonna look the best and how you're gonna get it accomplished in the shortest amount of time, because quite honestly, at the end of the day, I wanna win. Okay, well, come on in.
Wow.
There's the master bedroom. The back wall really does go away.
You're right. So how do you think the average buyer that'll come through will see a fairly formal shaped headboard up against what is clearly reclaimed barnwood?
Well, I think it's juxtaposing the formal with the informal again. So you have the fun, playful shape, but it's very tailored with the lighter contrast piping.
Would you say that that is a vignette of what tailored comfortability really is?
Completely, like right there.
Now that Lindsay and Charles have finished the master bedroom, they're ready to take on the master bath.
Well, when I first came in the master bathroom, it felt very crowded. And so I was really wanting to open it up and make it feel like a hotel and luxurious to match the bedroom. I decided to just neutralize and use a really nice vein-cut travertine, and I turned it on a vertical and staggered it, and I just filled the entire place with that.
The pedestal tub that's gonna go here is the main focal point of the entire room. So it has to just blow everybody's minds as they turn this corner. I wanna make sure that the tub is centered in the space. I want a little more clearance between the pane of glass shower enclosure and the side of the tub.
The tub's too big for that hole.
It looks like, based on its placement, that the edge of it is gonna hit the shower door enclosure, and that's a bit of a problem.
Will Lindsay get her tub to fit?
The tub's too big for that hole.
I'm worried that, based on where the installation of the shower pane will be, that the tub will hit it in its current location. So just trying to figure out how to remedy that situation.
The tub can go a little bit more this way because it's...
Can it?
Yeah.
Can I see that? Because I'm scared.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That's a lot better.
Okay, that
That's a
feels
lot better.
So welcome to my master suite. One of the big reasons why I didn't go with a lot of look in here is because if you're standing in the master bedroom, you see right into the master bathroom. And there's not any clashing going on, doesn't feel overwhelming. I wanted to make one statement in this room.
And what's that?
Right behind you. This is my faux iron gate. And it's actually made out of MDF board.
So that's wood?
Yeah, it's a compressed wood.
Because it looks like metal, I gotta tell you. How about the sinks?
I chose this because I think the glass really plays off the seamless glass I did here. I think the public will come in and feel like a sleek 4-star hotel. I just feel like it's just a very livable space.
Okay, Billy, so here's the master bathroom. The master bath is one of the most important rooms. This is going to sell the house, or it's not. Well, as you walk in, I wanted you to be wowed by this tub.
The lines in different planes are maybe too busy for the space. I hope the target market doesn't see it that way. It's almost dizzying a little bit. Maybe that's just me.
I hope it's just you.
Now that Lindsay and Charles have finished the master bath, it's time for their biggest challenge yet. A 600 square foot great room that combines the kitchen, dining room and family room. Lindsay is bringing her personal design brand of tailored comfortability into the very bones of the room. A backsplash with a colorful theme.
So this is basically going to be one whole strip.
Okay.
The whole length of this entire plane. The rest of the room is really centered around the fireplace. So anytime you do stonework, you just have to kind of see the forest through the trees because you don't see the end result until it actually is completed. Oh, wow, okay. That is too dark.
This Showhouse Showdown is in Newport Beach, California, with designers Charles and Lindsay, whose designs will be put to the test at the upcoming open house.
I hate these cabinets.
They've already completed 2 rooms, and Lindsay has just received a shock.
That is too dark.
They don't make no color you're gonna be able to use this. We're gonna make some special sanded grout. This is gonna look like almost natural gray is what it's supposed to look, just like you
Perfect.
that when it dries.
When you overgrout it, it's like dense, it's thick, it takes like months.
We'll see in a little while.
Okay. When grout is wet, it's gonna appear a lot darker. So the initial shock of seeing it so dark was frightening. So by Saturday, do you think it's gonna turn the color?
It should, yes.
It should.
Yeah.
While Lindsay struggles with her rustic stone, Charles is doing an ultra-modern accent wall.
Well, this wall is really important because it's going to be the feature wall for the whole room. So, you know, it's supposed to look like a diamond chisel wall. Because of the limited amount of space in this room, I really wanted to make an impact. I wanted a lot of high design in here. It gave some texture and dimension to the walls. Wow, those look great. So it's just really a neat look.
In the 35 years I've been doing around this type of work, I'm not sure I've ever seen anything like it.
What's going on?
The main living space, huh?
Yeah, this is it. This is the kitchen.
So how do you tie together your tailored comfortability with just choosing this tile and starting from that basis point?
When it's coupled with the marble, this becomes more informal. So it kind of gives you that like comfortability, like you could see yourself in this house.
I see the fireplace over here. I think prospective buyers might be confused by this. Why are they here? What are those for?
It's visual interest. The cutouts are just for aesthetic.
With the walls, I did Venetian plaster. It gave some texture and dimension to the walls. This is my second coat. I'm getting a little worried about getting all this burnished in time because I'm a perfectionist, and if there's any little areas I don't like, I'll go back over them and touch them up, but I might not have time to do that. I hope I'm not burnishing these walls when my potential buyers are coming through.
Geometric, relief wall here over the fireplace? What would you call this?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It's kind of like a diamond cut.
You're Baroque modern. This, I think, is leaning way...
Modern.
I think so.
Absolutely.
So you chose a metallic puma as one of your decorator items, huh? It's definitely unique, I'll give you that. But you brought the cabinets up.
I added a little bit of crown so that it looks a little more traditional. We have a lot of contemporary, a lot of modern going on over here, so that crown molding kind of balances it all.
The competition could not be hotter, as both designers put the finishing touches on their final room.
So Billy, let's take a look at the living space.
Let's check it out.
The almost navy blue, the seafoam green, and the grays and the whites all are jumping out at you. That's why I wanted to pull it up into the cabinets. As you walk into the space, you have a waterfall counter. So on this side, you have great use of space. You have 2 bar stools, and then over here, you have all the storage here. So it's a functional piece.
How do you think that actual market and the buyer will feel when they walk through here? Does it seem narrow?
You're absolutely right. But I wanted to get an intimate, cozier feel and let the buyer know that they can have an island and you can have a table of 4.
The fireplace, how do you think the fireplace came out? I know you had some issues.
I really like it. The niches are an interesting design element, so it's not stone floor to ceiling.
Right.
Everything is very open. You can move easily throughout the space.
I think the colors are fabulous.
Okay.
And for Newport Beach, you know, it makes sense.
Well, the kitchen sells the house, so Garrett's gonna have a lot of buyers on his hands.
So welcome to my kitchen family room.
One thing that I have a concern with right now, the potential buyer may miss the island. Another space to work in this kitchen.
And what I did to kind of counteract the loss of that is bring LED lighting underneath the kitchen cabinets to brighten up this area.
Right, so it's a great workspace.
Yeah, it is. An island is great.
Right.
But with the floor plan the way it is, I was willing to take the risk of not having it and doing a larger table.
How do you feel that the asymmetrical light placement works in this room?
I did lift it a little higher than normal just to open the room up.
Does this cluster of pendants speak to your Baroque modern style?
The modern, absolutely. We're going to get a lot more Baroque as we move into the living room.
Okay, good.
The claws, the gold, the antique mirror just feels so Baroque.
So what do you feel is the most bold and risky thing you did in the entire design in these rooms?
Oh, absolutely, my diamond cut wall.
I think I agree with you.
Yeah, I've never seen something like it. I'm in love with it. I'm going to use it over and over again in different ways.
Well, Charles, I noticed one more thing that seems to be a reoccurring theme. You covered up 2 windows.
Yeah, I had to do it again. For a moment, I forgot there were even windows there. I think there's plenty in this room. I feel like it's open, it's crisp, it's fresh, and you don't miss the windows one bit.
Lindsay and Charles have each completed 3 rooms, and now it's up to the potential homebuyers to determine the winner of this Showhouse Showdown. Lindsay and Charles have each designed 3 rooms, utilizing their budget of $83,000 apiece. Now, we're going to open up the doors to these 2 show houses to let the public walk through and choose the design they like best. In the end, only the public's votes will determine the winner of this Show House Showdown.
They're anxious to explode, really. I hope it's all positive.
This is stunning. It's beautiful.
Awesome.
I love the refrigerator.
Yeah, that refrigerator is like a 57 Chevy.
He's cool. That is
like
tailored
him.
comfortability right there.
Love that. That's really nice.
That is to die for. I love it. It's absolutely delightful.
I hate these cabinets. I would never put these in my kitchen.
I think the drapery is a little tacky. The design of the backsplash should not be there.
Oh, they are going to be brutal.
Right?
I'm a little confused about the owl. I think he's cool. I just don't know how he fits in.
I think the furniture is a little too big.
These chairs. It's like we're in Elvis's house.
Could you imagine having pasta?
No.
With your 2-year-old?
No.
In white chairs?
No.
Oh, actually pretty.
I like the accents. Very high end.
I like the rustic mirror that ties in with the wall.
Do you like the lamps? Still a bit shiny.
I don't love them on the wood.
I like the distressed wood.
It gives it a kind of a beachy, like a little cottage.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like the carpet.
The wood goes that way and the carpet goes that way.
Yeah.
Gosh, this is so cool.
I love this tub. What do you think of that?
Hey, would you guys like to take a bath and something like that?
It's like I'm like a proud mom right now.
Double sinks.
I love the separate double sinks.
That way I could have all my stuff here.
Yes, and he can have his stuff there.
Yes.
Oh gosh, what's not to like?
Here's my card.
Yeah, right.
Lindsay's tailored comfortability struck a chord with her Newport Beach neighbors. But now, how will they handle Charles's Baroque modern?
Amazing.
Very contemporary, very simple. Yeah, very open and airy.
Is this a different plan? Yeah, because it seems much larger. You're kidding. Same plan, so. Same plan? See what decorating can do?
These are my fans. I already know. Come on, girls, give it to me.
But I love the Hollywood glam over the top. Everything's jewel tones. Even the wall sort of looks like a faceted jewel.
That wall is crazy weird.
I'm not a fan of the wall at all.
Yep, there we go. I knew I was going to get that.
This wall here is going to get tiresome real quickly.
I don't know. In some ways, I feel like it's kind of plain. I'm not sure.
Plane?
Did she say plane?
Did she say plane?
Did she
no.
say plane?
Or did she feel like she's in a plane? I mean, a plane? Are you serious?
Like, this is not a family house. It's an older,
Not for kids.
yeah, this is a more elegant couple.
I know, honey. I know you want to get down, but you know what? This place is really unkid-friendly. We could never live here.
Okay, so they hate it.
It's nap time.
Well, there's way too many things to break. You almost already took out the cat.
I'm a little concerned about the competition. They really loved yours.
But they haven't. Well, we've only seen one room.
Okay,
so
well, let's keep watching.
stay tuned.
Oh, wow.
And it's beautifully done.
What a pretty ceiling treatment.
Look at that
Yeah, it makes you feel like a queen. They upholstered the window cover.
So it gives you complete privacy at night. That's fabulous.
It's like being in lockdown. She has a straight jacket.
Things can get really wild in this room.
Well, at least you're not going to get hurt in this master bedroom.
I didn't get
The other master bathroom, you're going to get splinters.
This is my favorite. I love this. I like this whole house better. Yes.
This is a very cool bathroom.
Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. I'm kind of concerned though that there's no shade that you can put down. Maybe your neighbors would like to get to know you more.
So how do I say this?
Say it's beautiful.
Oh, I know it's beautiful. Everything's beautiful.
Relax, buddy, relax.
Deep breath.
Deep breath. You're gonna be okay.
Now that the target market has seen both houses, it's time to see which designer is the winner of this Showhouse Showdown. Lindsay and Charles, the votes have been tallied. I gotta tell you, the competition was really tight. The winner was decided literally by 2 votes.
Wow.
Really?
But there can only be one winner on Showhouse Showdown, right?
Okay, that's...
Everybody ready to hear the winner? Yeah. Okay, this is it. The moment we've all been waiting for, especially you two. The winner of this Showhouse Showdown is... Charles. Neal.
Oh my God.
Congratulations, Charles. You did a phenomenal job,
Thank
Lindsay.
you. I'm pretty stoked. I can't believe it happened. I thought that she was going to win because the way the public responded.
Lindsay pulled out all the stops, didn't she?
I'm genuinely happy for him. Talk about a competition. I mean, could it have been more fair?
Good job, Charles.
Thanks so much.
You did an amazing job.
I'm just ecstatic. I mean, I can't even believe it. I thought I took too many risks and it was too much, but I'm just ecstatic that my taste really translates to the public.